Dragon? Which one?
Toothless?
Toothless, that's a great question. Okay, I've seen one.
I think I like the Gronkles too. I think they're adorable.
The Gronko reminds me of my dog. And really, yeah, he's really chubby. He's really cute.
They remind me of a hippo. It's based on a hippo.
Yeah, hippo
Oh,
and
yeah.
walrus.
All right, I've got someone right here with our next question. What's your name?
Oliver,
Hi, Oliver. What's your question?
this is a question for Astrid. If would you let Hiccup win the Trial of Flame, or would you let him?
No.
I would let, as in who I think would win, or who would I rather win?
Would you let Hiccup win?
Yourself?
Oh my god, I would win myself.
She would try.
I would try and win. I feel like Astrid would not. I don't think she would want to let Hiccup win just for the sake of winning. But then also, when he does win, it's a bigger deal.
Also, if Hiccup didn't technically cheat, she would have won. But
And I want
honestly,
everyone to remember
hey,
that.
Smarter is better. So.
Okay, I've got someone right here in the front with a question. Go ahead.
How was it acting in the scenes?
I had the time of my life. I mean, you know, working opposite a dragon is very strange, but getting used to it and, you know, having the chemistry of Toothless and this one and my awesome dad was pretty cool. So I had a blast.
Awesome. All right, if you got a question, I think it's my friend Maddie up in the back. Let me make my way back up. Hi, Maddie. What's your question? Isla. Sorry, hi, Isla. You're next to Maddie. I got it confused. Hi, Isla. What's your question?
This is for, well, actually it's for all of them. But how weird was it pretending that the dragons were real even though they weren't?
They were real to me. They were real to me, okay? But I've always kind of had a vivid imagination, so you know, getting to pretend a dragon is in front of me and playing with a dragon, riding a dragon is all the fun to me. So I had a really good time.
They had a big puppet head that looks like Toothless's head, and so we would touch that a lot of the time.
This is true.
But it was a bit weird. But I think you get used to it. I would say.
Yeah.
All right, I've got another one coming from the nosebleeds up here. What's your name?
Aiden.
Hi, Aiden. What's your question?
So, do you guys know if there's gonna be any new rare dragon?
New rare dragon. Good question.
Well, I'm just writing the second movie now, so possibly yes. Every time I do an interview with an Asian reporter, they always say, "When are you going to have an Asian dragon in there?" It's a very particular type of dragon. So maybe, yeah, that would be cool, because now we have like a broader mythology to the movie, so we can have dragons from all over.
Okay, I see an urgent hand. What's your name and what's your question?
Octavio, and first though, it was like the beard CGI or like you grow it.
It was neither. I didn't grow it, and it wasn't CGI. It was actually made from yak hair. You know what a yak is? You guys know what a yak is? It's like kind of cattle, isn't it? Really, that giant, yes, that normally found in other places than here. Anyway, it was from and it was in 5 pieces, and it took a lot to kind of keep it on my face because the costume was so hot, so it was always coming off. So I'd be talking sometimes, and the mustache would fall off. So it definitely wasn't CGI.
A great question. Now Maddie has a question in the back. Maddie, what's your question?
How did you fly with Toothless?
Ooh, how'd you fly with Toothless?
That was like,
Sorry, I explained that a little bit earlier with the big contraption, but Mason, you should explain.
I mean, you probably explained it a lot better than I will. The best way I can explain it, it was like a giant mechanical bull. It was suspended like 15 feet in the air. And basically, what we wanted is for the CGI to be as flawless as possible. So what they came up with was so sick, and I'm horrible at explaining it. But whatever they programmed, like the computer dragon to do, the actual gimbal itself would do the exact same thing with me on top of it. So when they put the dragon in post production, it looked super smooth and it looked as cool as possible. So basically, I just got to ride a mechanical bull for a month. So it was awesome.
We've got time for just a couple more questions. I'm going to grab my friend right here. What's your name and what's your question?
My question, I'm Darius, and my question is, was all the falls and stunts real?
All the stunts.
That's a good one for Nico.
Yeah. Too many of them were real. I had a really brilliant stunt double called Yasmin, so she did some of the more flippy tricks and things. But I did a substantial amount of the stuff in the movie. Too much, I would say.
All of the cartwheels you see were Nico.
But it was, but we all did, we had like about a month before we started filming, we did like stunt training. But Mason, because he's actually really naturally athletic, all of his stunt training was like learning how to fall over and make it look realistic. And all of my stunt training was how to swing an axe around. But so by the end of the month, I would still be like sweating. And by the end of every session, I remember one time looking over and I could see Mason's head just jumping over the wall. And I was like, what's he doing? And I went over and he was just jumping on a trampoline because he'd done all of his falling for the day. So,
It was a lot of fun.
but lots of them were real and very fun.
Okay, I think we've got time for just one more question. One more question from the mom in the front. Make my way.
Good workout.
Yeah, right? I'm getting my steps in today. Come on now. Hi, what's your name?
My name is Ingrid, and this question is for Stoic. Was the armor and shields heavy at all?
No. Yes, it was very heavy. I was constantly bitching to Dean. You got to make this lighter because it was more. But when we finally got it down, it ended up at about 92 pounds when I had everything in the helmet, and the sheep, and that's that's okay for 5 minutes, but after 12 hours, you're feeling it. But it really helped because when I said,
Why am I always having to tell you too often?
okay. No, but it was great because I felt stoic. Once you put that on and I stepped out, it really was like a transformation, and it helped me just be able to play those big antics of him and really enjoy the power of that, and also enjoy the lack of power in that, like the more sensitive. Oh, you guys actually stop talking? Oh, wait, so that's it. But does anybody have a question for Mason about eating the fish? Because I think that's a fascinating topic.
Was it real?
We can end on the fish. Mason, tell us, how was the fish? Be honest.
I wish I could. It was horrible.
It was
real. Well, it wasn't like a real fish. It wasn't. So, to me, it sucked because so it was like a fish head. It was like a fish bowl, and they were like, okay, would you like us to put chicken or crab in there? And I don't like fish. I don't like crab. It's not my thing. So, I would have chosen chicken if I was a reasonable person, but I went with crab because I wanted to have the best reaction in the movie. And I did, and I almost puked. And what you see in the movie is real.
Thank you so much, everyone, for your wonderful questions. Thank you to our team in the front. Now, I think Megan's going to walk us through. We're going to take 3 photos. We're going to do quick little couple group photos. But thank you guys so much for coming.
Thank you. Hey, we missed it, by the way. Did you guys enjoy the movie?
When you guys first came in, so just so you know, these are kids and families from Ronald McDonald House, New York. They are from all over the world. They've come here for treatment. We have families from Egypt and China and all across America. The house is incredible. Nellie, she's the director. So coming here today is wonderful. You guys made their day. They're missing school. They're missing probably treatment, which they should. But thank you. And Dean, a special thank you. I just want real quick fun fact. This is the first movie I ever screened for kids from the hospital, was How to Train Your Dragon with you and DreamWorks. Wow. And every year since, we had Jay, you came to Bryant Park. So this is really emotional for me. I'm glad I have my daughter here, and to be able to do this with all the movies and grow with it, and have you here with the kids, it's just amazing. So thank you guys.
Thank you.
All right, so the first group, we're going to just do 30 seconds of photos.
Okay.
You guys have such a great energy, man. It's inspiring. You're awesome.
The entire movie, they were critiquing and cheering, and super into it. Love that. That's amazing. Okay. Yeah.